Wednesday. It's September 19th, 2019, and I'm Eric, talking at you as always from beautiful downtown Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, where Justin Trudeau dresses in blackface one time at one party and everybody loses their minds, but Andrew Scheer walks around in fuckface all day, every day, and nobody says anything.
For the record, it was brown
Wow.
face. He was dressed as an East Indian.
Well, half the
So
country's
that's what
okay.
makes it not racist.
Half the country's okay with Andrew Scheer, and he's a fuckface every day. That's a lot worse
Yep.
than brownface, in my opinion. Hello, world. How's everybody doing tonight? The night we've all been waiting for. Chef Salty Pork joining us again from New Jersey. How are you, sir?
Hey, I am doing great. Is it the night that we've all been waiting for? 'Cause it's only a Wednesday.
It
Yeah.
is. It's a Wednesday, and it's the best night of my week. That's for sure. I was
This is definitely the highlight of my fucking week.
well,
Uh,
and not the highlight of yours. Just a couple of highlights for Gord because we don't get to talk very much, buddy.
Yes.
I didn't get to check everywhere I would like to check, but we jumped about 1,000 listeners in the last 2 weeks.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, wow.
Did we really?
Yeah, we're just over 8,300 on.
Nice.
dang.
So that's ridiculous. We have
That is ridiculous.
we got 22 states, buddy. Hillary only got 20.
Wow. Oh,
Okay, keep that in mind. We are
like a
taking the
little
world by
stab.
storm.
It's okay.
Now, Gord,
Yes.
in your neck of the woods there, I don't know what's going on, but you got Milton, Georgetown, Kitchener, Toronto, Stony Creek, Port Perry, Mississauga, Ajax, and Barrie. I like Barrie.
3/4 of those are customers of mine.
Yeah, I would guess so. I like Barrie because they don't spell it like the berry.
No, it's
Or
with the
the
IE.
thing you do with a shovel. There's a bunch of variations of berry you could use.
That's true,
Something,
yeah,
you're, something you're going to hate, and I think this is because you hate it. We are huge in Quebec right now.
Fuck you.
Ooh.
Our numbers are...
Congratulations.
Well, I
No,
think it's
no,
great.
take that back.
No, why?
Montreal,
Fuck you back.
Belle-Île, Broussard, I can't pronounce any of these, but we're big in all of them. Like giant numbers. Like some places are like 1% and 2%. They're in the teens. So
Oh, wow.
They love it when you hate them.
Wow.
See, and this is another reason why I hate the Quebecers, because, see, Casey, just to let you know, when you're born and raised in southern Ontario, you are literally taught from a young age to hate the French Canadian. They're a pain in our ass.
Get it.
Yeah, they're a pain in our ass because it's all about we have to have French on everything, but you go over the border to them and you don't have to have English on nothing.
Oh, wow.
So it's really
I get it.
simple-sided, and you're forced to learn their fucking language in schools, and they don't got to learn English. Just fuck them. So I've been saying that since day one, and I'll fucking stick to it. Fuck you, Quebec. Take your mouth and shove it up your ass.
And
Got it.
that's,
So
that's
it's like a Yankee Boston kind of thing going on.
exactly.
Yeah, but way more scathing hatred. For them, it's over.
Oh.
It's kind of humorous. This is real.
Oh.
Okay.
If Canada believed in bombs,
Wow.
we would actually go to war with them. You know what I mean? Like we just don't care enough. Though.
We kind of did go to war with them, and then we won the war, and then we said, nah, it's cool, you can stay.
See, and that's so Canadian.
Yeah.
We won the war.
Are they really that hippie? Is that what I want to say, Kyle?
They're
And
very
they,
different.
They talk just like French.
They talk a variation of French. It's Canadian French. I know
Got it.
people from France who can't speak to them. It's but they go out of their way to kind of be a thorn in our side, and we gladly continue to antagonize them, so they keep doing that. They have a separation referendum about every 10 years where they vote whether they're going to become their own country or not, and they always vote against it, but it's been a mess up here for 200 years, and it always will be. I like them. I like French people. I get along with them great. The women love me.
I got asked to leave a fucking grocery store once because the cashier,
Thought you were going to
when I went up to pay, the cashier said to me, she said something in French. I said, I'm sorry. I said, actually, I don't speak French. And she made a fucking comment. I didn't know what she said, but the fucking girl I was with, she did. And she starts arguing with her. She's like, she just fucking told you to go fuck yourself. I'm like, what? And I got this huge fucking argument. And then the manager comes in. What's going on? I'm like, your fucking bitch here just fucking told me to go fuck myself. And he's like, oh, you speak English? I'm like, yeah. He goes, get out.
Well, I guess they're allowed to do that.
Yeah, we're not, but they are. Fuck the French Canadian.
Well, and
Wow.
I would like to say, welcome, my French listeners, or bienvenue. I'm happy to have you. I don't share his sentiment. I think you're wonderful, and I like it when you fill up our parks and pick fruit in the winters, and I like it when your women like me. So that's
You know what? I think, to be fair, I think they just love you so much. They're like, nah, man, we can't give you service because you're so nice. You have to leave.
That could be it. You think?
Like that's really it, dude.
Gord, you think so?
I don't know. All I know is fuck the French Canadians.
Fair enough. All right.
That's really all I know. I just can't. Fuck you guys.
I know.
Build a wall around them and flood them.
I know this has kind of become a theme. I didn't know this was going to be Marijuana Week on the show, but apparently it's Marijuana Week, Gord. Did you happen to pick up the Metro newspaper today? Do you ever pick up that piece of crap?
No, we don't get that here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no.
You get it in Toronto.
Well, I wouldn't know. I don't fucking pick up any newspapers.
Oh, that's stupid. Anyway, just because of what we've been talking about all week, there's a big 4-page spread in the Metro today all about the value of the legalized marijuana market and how good it is for Canada and how it can turn illegal operations into legit ones now, and just like the complete opposite of everything you've been talking about all week. They've got, like, the liberal media couldn't be more obvious that they blew it, and now they're doing this big PR run to make it look like they didn't. I was hoping you'd read it. It's really, really funny.
No, I will read it now, knowing that,
Just talking about how good this year went and how it went without a hitch, and everything was great. Businesses are flourishing, and it's a great market to get into.
Oh my God! 2 major corporations are fucking closing down. $42 million lost in Ontario alone.
Yeah, they're doing great.
Me.
Looking forward to next year.
Yeah, they're doing great. Maybe next year they'll lose fucking $60 million. It'd be great.
Sign up now. I don't know if you...
Is that because of marijuana?
Yeah, well, that's just because of marijuana. We legalized marijuana last October, all across Canada, and we did it in a very horrible way. And the government had full control over the distribution of it, and they somehow lost $42 million. Now,
How?
I don't know a drug dealer who doesn't turn a profit. I don't know how you can sell pot and not make money.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how is that even possible?
Put it in the hands
It's
of
simple.
Trudeau.
You put fucking the Liberals in charge of it and watch them fuck it up. That's it. There it is.
Wow.
Now, granted, Gord, you could name every single Conservative Prime Minister that's turned around the economy when the Conservatives are in office.
Yeah, all of them.
You can name all, because there isn't fucking one. They don't do any better. They love to talk about how bad the Liberals do, but they never do any better. They never fix things while they're in office. They're all a bunch of useless users.
Keep in mind, they do good things, but like everybody else, they do a lot of shit too.
Yeah, and
they bring the economy back. They put more money back in the country. They build up.
But they don't.
They help lower the deficit dramatically. They do all this stuff, but in order to do that, they basically destroy healthcare. They destroy schooling. They destroy extracurricular stuff. That's their fucking MO.
Speaking of healthcare, the numbers for BC are out finally for the first 5 months of 2019, and fentanyl deaths are down 30%.
Ooh.
Overdoses are up massively, but
only 33,000 dead instead of 5?
Well, the thing is, like, the ones they're saying ODs are down, but the ones that die don't OD a second time, so they're not getting counted again. The numbers
what
are.
The fuck is going on right now?
In case you don't know, in my neighborhood, Casey, 1,437 people died in 2017. We roughly about the same in 2018, and we're looking to beat it in 2019. I think we're going to do it.
Oh, wow.
But overdoses are massively up. They've never changed, but lethal overdoses are down because we figured out how to save each other. It's a government-sanctioned genocide, basically, and it's disgusting, and we like to talk about it on the show. I don't know if you guys haven't really had the fentanyl crisis quite as bad in your neighborhood, I hear.
No, it ain't too crazy, actually. It's more just the orange man doing some insane things that I don't understand.
Well, he's gonna have to double down on all his crazy for you guys' election because he crazied his way into that position. He's gonna have to.
Oh yeah.
The sequel is gonna have to be something spectacular.
So Casey, let me ask you something. I'm assuming you're not a Trump supporter, right? So, are you able, as a non-Trump supporter, are you able to admit the good that he has done?
Good in terms of what?
I don't know. He's done a bunch of stuff. We've covered a lot of this on the show, like things like he's passed a bunch of like certain bills that are great for vets. He's done stuff like he's done great for stuff he has worked well with the economy globally. He's done some good.
He
hasn't done a lot of good, but he's done some good.
That.
But as a non-Trump supporter, is it allowed to be admitted? I guess is the question.
Because like the one thing that you kind of need to get a hurdle out of is if you are going to admit it, would the good deed overdo his lack of everything else? Meaning, all the racist comments, everything that I'm not for. Are you okay saying that he did some good, but knowing he's still a bad person? Like how can you? For me personally, though, it's like, hey, that bacon is gonna do well. He eats kind of crappy because he's from Louisiana, but he's gonna do some good. But I still don't like it.
Fair enough. I like that.
And but it's like unless you. I'm gonna segue really quickly into. We went to a road trip for a couple of weeks. My wife and I.
Right away.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, and then at one of the stops we were in New Orleans, and beautiful town, beautiful city, just really sketchy at night and in the morning. You need to be on guard pretty much 100% of the time. One of the points on the second day we did a tour, like a swamp tour, and we actually saw a live boar, like
nice
in the wild. Yeah, it was cool, just swampy, huge as shit, like.
That's where you want to see them, is in the wild. You don't want to see like a wild boar in the mall. That would be terrible. So it's good that you saw it in the wild.
Not in the mall. Yeah,
no, that'd be terribly funny.
It's a huge animal in the water. It didn't even care if there's alligators and shit in there.
No,
it would even eat them because they're bigger, but I was like, wow. It would probably taste amazing.
They got those giant fucking tucks too, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the tusks and everything.
I know it's in swampland, so I know it's not going to be. It's going to be parasite ridden or something like that. So that's why I kind of went that way with the analogy.
Those things must have huge balls. They must just walk around with just this giant sack swaying. They're just like, nothing's going to fuck with a boar.
No.
They're really not. They're really not. Like, it's insane. Like, I leave the picture or the board that I saw, it looked like a couple 100 pounds. And it's like a big, like just a meat tank. And the guy that was, he was the captain of the little mini boat that we were part of. He was like all the gators that are kind of around there. Like, as soon as the boar went into the water, the gators kind of went away. And they were like, yeah, I don't want to fuck with the boar.
That's
wow.
Awesome.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Because, like, he was saying like, and he's kind of joking, but I think it's true. Like if you get rid of a body or anything, boars will eat anything.
Oh yeah.
So just chop them up, toss them up, put them in the river. The boars will take care of it. Easy as,
I am so glad we don't have anything like that anywhere near me. We have no wildlife in Vancouver whatsoever. Like we got squirrels and pigeons.
You got raccoons and bears.
Yeah, well the bears, yeah. But they just mess with white people, so.
Yeah, that's it. Nobody else.
20,000.
You never hear about any other race getting fucked with them.
20,000 bear attacks in Canada last year, and most of them, I'm just saying, there were black bears on white people. That's just a true fact. I don't know what that means.
Bears are racist. We're just saying, that's it. You heard it here first.
I'm not saying.
Hey, look.
They've never said they're not.
So, Casey, have you ever tried boar? Have you ever eaten boar before?
I have. Yeah. I've had it wild, but I did not know at the time what I was taking. I thought it was deer, like just really gamey deer. I've had deer. I had venison quite a slew of times. But back in college, one of my roommates brought home some game meat, and our dorm stunk like skunk. I'm like, what the hell did you bring in? He's from Michigan. He's like, what the hell did you bring in? He's like, oh, some game meat. I was like, oh, hey, do you mind if I can try some? And he kind of looked at me a little bit, piece of it, like, what the hell is this? It's a funky piece, like, so funky.
I don't like gamey meat.
He said, yeah, but like, you know that if you're going to stick on bear, like if you're going to eat bear, you need to cook out the funk.
Yeah.
So most commonly, to commonly prepare it, you need to let it in milk. So the milk can just take away that funk. That's
really?
Usually put the bear. Yeah. Instead of milk.
Because I had a friend.
And I will get it.
My parents had a native friend who used to bring home all kinds of stuff for us to try, and the bear was always terrible.
It's always terrible.
Well, horrible. Now, I didn't want to jump right into this, but you had an experience with a bear.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the full story as vivid as I can,
Please
and as
do.
steps as I can. Okay.
I'm excited. I am very excited.
Yeah,
because I think you guys are gonna. I think it will give you a perspective. Okay.
Okay.
So to kind of start it off, we are leaving San Diego. We are on our way to San Francisco. So in those 2 points, it's about 6 hours to get to.
San Diego, by the way, is my favorite place in your country that I've ever been.
Oh, it is nice.
It's
oh my God, we went to the zoo there. Just fantastic. Oh my goodness. But anyway, San Diego, we're driving up to San Francisco. To kind of preface the story, we listen to this podcast. Well, usually my wife listens to it. Called Crime Junkies. If you guys get a moment, do check them out. They are a criminal podcast. They talk about crime, serial killers, true facts, things that happen here in the States, in the United States, and a little bit abroad. But that's all they do. That's all they cover. Actual police reports. They follow up, etc. So we've been listening to this for, I don't know, God, like 20 hours or some shit. So it's in my brain. And to kind of give you a little more background of the serial killers that these women talk about from Northern California, Oregon, Washington State. So we are right there, literally in the cusp of where those serial killers are at. So it's just ingrained in your brain, at least in my brain, in the back of my head. I'm worried.
No, of course.
I'm freaking out. Okay. So we get to this being from after leaving San Diego to San Francisco, and I swear to you, I looked at my wife like, we're gonna choke today. We're gonna die. In the boondocks somewhere, we went up the mountain, 4,000 meters up. It was crazy. It took us an hour to go 10 miles. We was going up, and service, and I so uncomfortable. I was like, I'm ready to die. We're gonna get killed. This is the area that those fucking podcasts are talking about, and we're gonna get jumped today. I'm freaking out. Okay.
Needless to say,
Needless to say, we decided not stay in that BA and just leave and go down again and just head up towards San Francisco. So, fast forward a little bit. We spent a whole day in San Francisco. Beautiful town, nice and foggy. Got a whole bunch of pictures. And I'll make sure to share some pictures with you guys because I think you guys would really appreciate it.
Yeah, I didn't get to go. I had to choose. When I was down that way, I had to choose between San Diego and San Francisco. So I chose San Diego. So I have never gotten to visit San Francisco, but that's next on my list for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. We went mostly for the food, so that's kind of like our thing, because, you know, the chef and she being a foodie, so that's kind of our main potatoes. But anyway, so from San Francisco now to go to Oregon. There's one little spot we're going to stop by, like maybe 20 miles away from the border, Happy Camp, California. Happy Camp Village. It's like a little town. Really B&B. I was excited about it, even though it's mountains. Totally fine with it. Not a big deal. So now we're leaving. We've been on cruise control the entire trip, about 60, 65. It's just beautiful scenery, beautiful mountains. I-89 is the highway from California that goes all the way up to Oregon. We're switched to I-5. Okay, so here's where the meat and potatoes story begins. We're driving. It's around 11 a.m. now. Mount Shasta. So if you look that up, that is I think the second tallest mountain here in the United States. And you can see, like, it's just gorgeous, beautiful. Plenty of pictures of it. We're driving, and the lanes. Have you guys are the roads where you guys from? Just that one lane with a dotted line in the middle?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. And it's always on the sketchiest stretch of highway too. That's curvy.
Okay, so it's not just me. I was like, what the hell? I don't understand. I feel uncomfortable because in New Jersey, there's like 4 or 5 lanes all the time. So anyway, going up, and I'm gonna word as I see my head. Okay, so we're going 60 miles an hour. There's this little bend, just like a quarter-mile bend. It's really easy to not really miss, but it doesn't any effort to drive. You're just kind of going around. And it felt 3 seconds because that's how it felt. I saw the bear. It was like 3 seconds. So from my perspective, we're driving on the right side, which is passenger side. A bear shoots up, like stands up, or not really stand up, but like on his paws, like on four hands.
Okay.
And started to fucking go into the freeway. Now, just imagine, I'm freaking out because I've never seen anything that huge go into, the road. My wife then starts going bananas because we're going to hit this bear. So it was 3 seconds. That's how fast we hit this. So I'm assuming about 30 feet. So you see this pop up. It starts running towards the highway.
Sorry, you said you were going about 60?
Sorry?
You were going about 60, you said?
We were going, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going. I look at my wife. She's freaking out. In my head, this is what I'm saying to her. I love you. This is probably it. I put my right arm out to kind of brace it. I don't know why. I just did it. And the bear, in my head, I thought I heard it do that roar. You know, there's a lot of things in your head when you freak out in just a short manner. I thought I heard the bear like in the movies, like how you hear the bear roar, kind of.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But I heard that. Yeah, I thought I heard that rain. I'm like, yeah, that's impossible because we're inside our music was playing. There's nothing. But anyway, there goes. I slam on the brakes. I look at her. I close my eyes, and all you hear was bam! Like we hit this damn thing straight on. The bear was just about like where I'm sitting. His torso is above the dash, so you can see his full body.
Wow.
And that's what made me scared more, because I really thought we were gonna I was like, this is it. Like, damn, we're gonna get taken out.
Hey, the bear's thinking the exact same thing. The bear's like, oh, this is about to fucking suck. He's just
Bear's like, this is gonna calm down.
So here's how the second part of how it felt like in my brain. Has ever gotten into an accident?
Ever gotten into what?
You're kind of cutting out a little bit on me. Is it?
Yes.
Gord, are you getting that interference I'm hearing? Because I want to really hear this. I'm getting a little bit of interference on my end. Is that just?
It's pretty clear. Right? When neither one of us talk, it kind of there's like a quarter second like break in the sound. But
okay, maybe it's my speaker. All right. Anyway, carry on.
Okay, so the second part is so now with the bear, and the reason I mentioned if you guys ever got into an accident, have you ever had the airbags deploy on you?
I've never had that.
Thankfully.
Okay, so here's the experience. This is the first time I've ever gotten into an accident. The first time I've ever hit an animal that size in a road. The airbags go. It's a big clug sound, just like not a pop. It just felt like somebody hits like the mats in the gym really hard. That's just how it sounded.
Yeah.
And then smoke everywhere. Smoke just fucking everywhere.
Sorry, just so I can get a visual, what kind of vehicle are you driving?
We were driving a Nissan Sentra.
Oh, that's a good crumply car.
Small car. Yeah, it's a small car.
Not meant for bear targeting, that's for sure.
No, not meant for bear targeting. Airbags deployed. There's many airbags and shoot forward fast enough so it braces the impact, right? And there's smoke everywhere. The mirrors are all fucked up. It's dusty also. I think there's like powder inside the fucking airbag.
Yeah, I don't know why they do that. They put like confetti and shit in there just to make it more disorienting.
Yeah, I know. Like they some more things so they can fucking disorient you, right?
That's right.
So here we are. My wife and I full on just freaking the fuck out because I don't know what this bear is. She's livid. I'm livid.
And if the bear's not if the bear's not hurt, he's looking to kick your ass now.
Oh my god! Right. So that's what I'm saying. It's the second part. My arm hurts a little bit because I braced her impact with my right arm a little bit.
Good,
so it kind of hurts just a tad. But she goes, ow. Her left thigh kind of has a massive bruise. And I'm like, oh shit. Now we're like a little, but not enough that's broken.
Yeah.
She's going there. I'm going there, trying to the windows down. And I'm like, no. I don't think we should do that. We hit the bit on that side. What if, like, the panda bear is just standing there, fucking watching, and about to wreck our face? Let's not. So
smart thinking.
Let me pull up. Yeah. So it just felt So in another 5 seconds or so, I pull or slowly blinkers are on, everything, and then I lower my side of windows, and then shooting that shit up. And like I don't even want to look in the front just in case bear is right there still, or maybe a guy. But I'm ready just in case, like if I heard a little stirring, like I'm gonna pull that window back up. I'm ready because even PTSD already. Okay. So here's the third part, and kind of the long why I was freaking out so much. If you guys remember the podcast that we've been listening to, Crime Junkie, serial killers are here, the northern western United States. Like this is this is like their territory. So I'm like, that's it. Somebody's gonna fucking stop by with like a shotgun or some shit and we're gonna die. We're not.
Like if at this point, if the bear gets you, it's probably the best case scenario, really.
Yeah. Hey, I'd rather the bear. You know what I'm saying? And here's the scary part. And I kind of wish that we had a little better system here in the United States. The police took 45 minutes to come to our aid. 45 minutes. And
you know how many
that
times
might be
you
normal.
get killed by a bear in 45 minutes? Did they not understand?
Yeah, that's what like I don't know. So I've never had to experience this. But listening to Crime Junkies, did you guys know that if you call 911 and you don't have service, which we didn't, it will switch to a different frequency to a different provider that has service there at that time, so that 911 call can go through.
That probably doesn't happen in Canada.
Probably doesn't.
No,
we have people who call
we don't
911
care
because
here.
their kids can't finish their math homework and shit. So it's
Yeah, but I know here in the States, that's a fact. Actually, learned just from listening to that podcast and looking at it.
that's very good to know.
But we had to call 911 3 times because it kept breaking up anyways.
Wow.
So just alone, I am like so fucking. I'm just like, oh my god. So the cop is there. He goes in, and he comes from the south side, so he's coming facing us. And from where we hit the bear south, coming on the north end going south, we're coming from the end going north. So he goes, where's the bear? I'm like, no, bear, big black bear, brown snout, up that way, like, I don't know, a 10 miles and shit, dead. And we're all out, the police, etc. And he goes, just go slow. And then we're checking the car now, and I'm like, it's like, oh man, we have to get a AAA, we have to tow this shit. He goes, I don't see anything leaking. I was like, yeah, I confirm that. The axles are fine.
Just me.
The bumpers, like just the front kind of went in like 4 inches, ever so slightly.
Wow.
So it looked like it has like a stub nose kind of, but it was still working. And he goes, the next Enterprise, which the rental company that we went with, is an hour and a half away.
Oh, it's a rental.
In Oregon. It's a rental, it's a rental.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I know. It was good. So that's kind of what saved us. So anyway, we took a chance. We drove it. But after, we went ahead, we stopped into town literally 10 minutes away. We called a prospective provider and stuff. And they didn't believe us. We said, yeah, we hit a bear. They keep saying deer. I'm like, no, black bear, kind of my height. Yeah. The police said about adolescent is the size of the bear. So I don't know what the hell that means. I'm assuming like 230,
Yeah,
6
at
feet.
least. That's just you got to think. I don't even want to know.
Yeah. So now we're trying to move the car. And here's the last of the story. We moved the car up. There's no problems. We're still having time. We're trying to put the PTSD away because we just this traumatic experience. The airbags are deployed, so we kind of shoved it back in a little bit so we can drive it. The seat belts no longer work because if you get into an accident, it locks up. So it's just in that permanent position. Now, going into Oregon, there's I'm going to say there's 3 mountains you kind of have to cross. The 20 miles we went. At one part, it was just all downhill. So you had to go like maybe 40 an hour.
Yeah,
but instead of deep crossing, in Oregon, now it switches elk crossing.
Oh, good.
The big ass deer with the
Which is
the bigger one.
No shit.
Yeah, even bigger than the bears. These things are elks now, and here's where the PTSD comes in. My wife sees one, maybe 40 minutes, chilling on her side, and it freaked me the fuck. Because can you just imagine a 2-ton animal, a 2-ton thing decides to just go in front.
Yeah. I guess
We
they don't
would've-
know better, right? They don't have a lot of cars, most of them. They don't have a lot of experience with them. They don't know what's up.
Yeah.
So
I don't. Oh my God, that
and you
was.
think the average bear is probably looking at your car thinking, "I could take that. I could fight that."
That's exactly. I can take that. Fuck that. Little fucking little thing. I can get that.
An hour and 15 minutes ago, we are right there into Medford, Oregon. So we're just about 15 minutes away from the airport. We're the finish line. We can see it. Where it's like, oh, we're gonna get there in 15 minutes, and I swear to God, the car decides to go like that, and I'm like, oh no, are you kidding me? Now the lights are blinking. Oh, now.
And at this point, the bear's told his friends what happened. He's probably a group together.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. So like the gas pedal stopped working. Like it would shoot in and push right back. Like, yeah, I'm pulling. It's not a good thing.
Oh,
AAA.
fuck.
And it goes AAA. They took an action. The cop car that kind of checked up on us on our way, and he goes, "Did you guys get into an accident?" Like, yeah. In California, we hit a bear. And he kind of just chuckled. He didn't believe us. Like, no, seriously, we hit it there. That's why the cars are deployed, trying to get to the airport 15 minutes away from here. But our car just decided to go kaput. Now, fast ever so slightly, we found a hotel in town. And the first thing that my wife and I haven't eaten all day. We woke up at 6 a.m. We drove the entire day. We got to town like 7 a.m. We're up cameras. Yeah. It's just stress and PTSD, just adrenaline is driving, right? Get to the hotel, we logged out. We get to this pizza place that she stopped in. Really cool place. The first thing that we ordered is like, hey, can we get like triple shots of whatever the fuck that's strongest that you have, like right now.
Yeah, fucking right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's how we ended the night. Yeah.
Wow.
And I don't want to drive California ever.
No kidding. You know what I would have done instantly was just made sure I had a bloody picnic basket with me the whole time. Just ready to, I hit a bear. He said something about this picnic basket before he died. It would have been brilliant.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
I was just so scared. I was just so scared to come out just in case like there's another bear there.
Well, no.
Or maybe the bear is still alive. Like, fuck.
Oh, yeah, he's pissed if he's alive.
Yeah.
And you got to think, bears,
I'd be pissed if I was a bear.
Bears do nothing, right? They sleep 9 months a year. He's just up trying to take a piss, and this happens to him.
Or maybe he saw something across the other way. 'Cause, okay, driving up, it's just trees. That's all that you're driving against. It's just trees and tall brushes. Like, there's no thing of like at least like 4 or 5 feet of road that's on the side. It's just dirt, the brushes and the tree. If something were to go in front, there's no way of you swerving or anything.
No.
So we plowed right in, and good thing we were fine. My wife is the one that has a little bit of a bruise, but
do they have stupid shit in California like they have here? Like, we've got like deer crossing signs, right? You're supposed to slow down because it's a deer crossing. How the fuck do the deer know it's a deer crossing? They're not crossing at the sign.
Not only that, but why do they put them at the most inopportune places?
I don't know. It's ridiculous, though. They got, like, crosswalks for deer. Like, they're going to fucking pay attention. Deers are assholes. They don't care anyway.
don't care, period. Yeah. That is the bear story. I'm actually going to send you guys some pictures after we converse here so you can actually see.
At least if I hit a deer, I'd get out and I'd be mad. And I'd probably kick it again. Get out of the way, you fucking deer. Like, nobody's scared of a deer. But a bear will fuck you up just for fun. They're a scary animal. We've got them. They're in my backyard constantly. They're everywhere here. We built our city in their backyard, and they don't like it. And
and then everybody complains about them.
Yeah, and then we complain about the bears again. 38 bears have been killed this year by, what do we call them, conservation officers, because they come and eat our garbage, and then they get tame, and they get used to us, and they have to be killed. It's actually quite sad. But,
yeah, no, that's sad.
I think it's time for them
and
to start.
also,
I'm so sorry for your... first of all, let me say I'm really glad you and your family are okay. That's a happy ending.
Me as well.
Probably not so happy for the bear, although if that's how much damage your car had, he's probably just mildly annoyed.
He was, but after the police report and actually people slammed back around, oh my God, the fucked up, like just laying on the ground, and we're like, oh, okay, so it died. Good.
Wow.
I don't want that. I don't want that. Can you imagine that shit like comes up the hood, piss the shit off because you hit it?
Oh yeah.
Decides to like climb in the fucking car because it can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they want in, they'll get in. Yeah, they'll give a fuck.
Yeah, people have funny misconceptions about bears. I know a guy who got chased by one and he ran down a hill because that's what they tell you to do. Run down a hill because the bear's front legs are shorter than the back and they'll roll. He said the exact opposite happened. He said the bear caught him faster than he ever could have imagined. He said, absolutely don't ever do that. Don't run down a hill at all.
Yeah.
There's really, I mean, if a bear is after you, there's really not a whole lot you can do about it.
No, you're pretty much bear food.
Like, you're either gameplay or just your food or you're a toy. It's one of the three.
Yeah.
At some point, you just got to accept whatever your fate's going to be and say, fuck it, I'm just going to let them get me. See what happens.
That's horrifying.
Wow.
Just the whole chain of events. It really should be a movie. But it would have to have like instead of a bear, it's
really
like Gary
just...
Busey. Kind of a.
I think if they're going to do it, it should be a talking bear. That's what makes that shit funnier.
You're driving through the woods and you hit Gary Busey instead of a bear, and then he's chasing you.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing. Can you imagine?
To hit him or just to have him in the movie?
We rewrite the movie. We take out bear and we put in Busey, but we keep everything: the boar in New Orleans, the whole bit. It's
yeah.
I'm working on the screenplay now.
Right now, as we're speaking.
And that's a horrible name for them. Like you couldn't think of an animal that's less boring. Why would they call it a boar? It's fucking exciting when you see that
no
shit.
Idea.
They
were calling it hogs, actually.
They just call them hogs. Well, yeah, they just see them every day.
Yeah, they call them hogs. Mm-hmm.
They're just it's always weird when you're in a place where shit's not weird. It's like I went to Australia, and in Australia there isn't an animal that can't kill you, and they all want to. They're all like that's every animal in Australia. That's their whole purpose in life is to make humans dead. But I'm freaking the fuck out. We're in the outback. I don't know if you've ever seen Australia, but 90% of the country is just a barren fucking wasteland. It's like it looks like a Mad Max movie, but instead of weirdos in leather, it's animals that want to eat you, and it's horrifying and terrible. But it's not weird to them; they're used to it, and it's always weird when you're in an area where things are normal. Oh, that's just a hog. No, it's not. It's a fucking wild boar. Nah, it's fine.
It's just a hog. What are you worried about? Jesus Christ.
And in Australia, they just like punch sharks in the face. They don't care. They're used to it. Like, oh, don't worry about him. He's fine.
Yeah.
But it's weird to me when I'm somewhere that things aren't weird. So that's like if I saw a boar, I would be really excited. But to them, it's just like it's like when we see deer, we just throw things at them. Get out of the way, you idiot.
Yeah, I don't ever want to live that moment. However, granted, I don't think it'll ever happen again, but it's just like the other day, yesterday, driving home, I saw a raccoon kind of jump out on my side, and I freaked.
No shit.
And that's just from, hitting the bear. So my brain is collapsing again. I was like, fuck bear.
Do you think they're like watching you now? Like, do you think the raccoons in your neighborhood are like, that's the guy that fucked up the bear in California?
Probably just fucking, got the mom and just like, yo, this kid fucking hit my kid.
fuck. California is just that's everything bad happens in California as far as I can tell. It's
Yeah,
just
man.
It's a bad place.
They call it bear country.
Yeah.
That's why they call it bear country.
Yeah. Well, if you ever visit Vancouver, I'll be sure not to take you out to just about anywhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say, stick to the main downtown core. You'll be okay.
They're right up in people's houses. There was that story, Gord. Remember we covered that story in the winter that there's a town up north, way up north, Arctic North, where they took over a town. There was
oh, wow.
1,500 people in the town and like 1,200 polar bears. And they were
couldn't go out. The people couldn't go outside. They were literally stuck in their fucking home.
I think it's
for quite a while.
Bears out, yeah.
They're not.
That was crazy.
They're not friendly, and I think they're just trying to make a point. They're like, "Look, we could fuck you up. We're not going to, but we could." That's kind of what they're.
Or maybe they just wanted a hug. You know, it's there. It doesn't. It's fine.
Well, if you hug them with your rental car, it's going to turn a lot of them off.
That is true.
Fucked up.
All right, so I sent you guys here the photo of my car. I peel out the guts and shit, and it's not as good pick, but I want you kind of see the minimal damage that happened. Mm-hmm. It doesn't look so fucked up, but it's like we fucked that bear up. I'm saying.
Wow.
Yeah, that is really minimal, especially considering.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. Wow, he really got the fucking front. Wow. Dented the license plate to shit, too, eh?
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted to fuck up a rental car. That's awesome. Nothing
Yeah.
ever bad.
But it's a rental, so we're like,
You know, I used to build the airbags.
So what's the deal with the powder?
The powder is there for two reasons. Number one, it keeps the bag from sticking to itself, so when it opens up, it doesn't rip by being stuck to itself. And it also helps with the release mechanism of it as well. So when it comes out, it's coated in this powder, so that it doesn't stick to itself. And it doesn't stick to anything on the inside. So it's just like a version of talcum powder, but it can actually burn you.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
everywhere.
Yeah.
I was installing the trigger wires on these fucking things, and I work for this company. And the guy who taught me just said, "Oh yeah, just plug these things in and throw them in the bin." So that's what I was doing. Manager comes over about a half an hour later, sees I got about 600 of these things in this bin. Sees me throwing them. He goes, "What the hell are you doing?" I'm like, "What?" He goes, "If one of these triggers goes off, you're gonna fucking kill people." I'm like, "What do you mean?" I never knew.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, those things are deadly.
Well, yeah, they kill small children every year because some meathead puts his kid in the front seat where they're not supposed to be, and that thing pops out and hits him in the face. They're not a good design, I think. Like, if something's gonna hurt you as much as it's gonna help you, then it's not really a safety device.
Mm.
It's more
not only that, but when you really think about it, you also got to factor in a lot of these newer vehicles. They don't just have the airbag in the steering wheel. They're also in the door, above the door. You're surrounded by these things.
It's like that that Japanese game show where they. It's gonna hit you.
How many airbags can hit you in the head before you die of something?
That is horrible. What a bad. This is why I don't drive. I don't drive. I've never actually even had a driver's license. It's just it wasn't high on my priorities. I started having sex young, and I just didn't care about driving after that.
Good for you. Good for you. Just don't hit any bears.
And don't hit bears, right? Well, I don't hit bears, and I don't give the government unnecessary money. It's just here, the insurance and the gas and everything. It's all going to people I hate. Why would I do that?
That is.
I support that.
And I'm a huge fan of bears, to be honest. They're probably my favorite animal. They're just. They seem harmless. And, well, now they don't. I mean, obviously, it could be traumatizing. But for the most part, you got to think he wasn't out to hurt you at first.
Oh, no, they're pretty cool. I'm pretty sure the bear wasn't thinking. Maybe it saw something, or I had crossed. Maybe there was food to the side. Because, like I said, it's just brush and trees. So there was no way for me to see until like a foot when it clears a little bit, and that's not a bear. I'm assuming it was already, running.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're covering a lot of ground real quick, those things. So
yeah, it was quick, man.
And he's probably
I would just love to know. I would love to know the conversation.
I think he's going to stop.
What's that?
The bear's standing there just saying to himself, he's like, yeah, I think he's going to stop.
I just like to know what the bear's conversation with his fucking family got back was. You won't believe what the fuck happened. Something just kind of tapped me in the butt. I don't know what it was. These people were freaking out and shit. I just fucking walked away. It's not fucking guys.
Probably did. Just kind of.
You got to think that they get together and they're like, have you seen those things down in that clear part? You know that part where
they go by really quickly? You know those things?
Those big vibrating
things
that go by real fast? You guys ever see those? No, we never see those, Gary. Well, they fucking hurt, man.
That fucking shit hurt.
Well,
I heard a crack. I thought it was my back. Turns out it was his bumper. I don't know what the hell happened.
Gary, you don't cross at the signs? What are you thinking, man? You gotta cross at the signs.
Yeah, it's a sign. That's why they put them up.
Fucking California.
Oh my God. Now, quick.
Did it cross your mind at all that it might have been a Sasquatch? Just for a second?
Maybe it was a second, but I'm pretty sure it was a big black bear, black bear, because, police confirmed and everything, and there's black fur everywhere.
Yeah.
I've never seen a Sasquatch.
I would have assumed it was Bigfoot right away. I would have been like, that's fucking, we just killed Bigfoot. Run. That's what I would have thought immediately.
I forgot that's like a thing there. I really forgot. Oh my God.
Or John Candy, remember John Candy in the Great Outdoors? It was like, big bear, big bear.
Big bear, big bear. Yeah, that's the Great Outdoors. A great reference.
Sorry guys, I'm just so excited about this story. Just everything about it. I'm really glad you're okay. I was nervous when I
thank you
when I talked to you on the Facebook. I was like, what the hell? Because it had just like happened. You're like, I just hit a bear. I'm like, what?
Just a bear, like, dude, it fucking just happened, man. It was, oh my God, it's such a surreal thing.
Yeah, just like not something you probably think about in Jersey very often, I would imagine.
Nope. There's no such thing. There's no such thing, bro. It's like it's only like in Connecticut or like upstate New York, some shit. But even so, it's so few and far between. But yeah, hit a bear. Hit a bear.
Hit a fucking bear.
That's the thing.
I can't believe you hit a bear. That's crazy.
I'm out of breath. That was a good story. I'm sorry it happened to you, but I'm kind of sort of like glad because I would never get that kind of story.
No, I'm totally with it. And this is a story for a lifetime. Hopefully nobody has to have the same privilege that we did, and just drive a little slower maybe, or maybe not have your, there's just so many ifs or ands or buts that
it's so easy for drivers to be distracted now. Like you've got, your car is soundproof, but you've got the music going so loud, and you're, especially on those roads where you get, like, I don't know if it's a bendy road, you gotta be really alert all the time. I know when you're driving across Canada, you can sleep for a good 2.5 hours and not hit anything.
He's not lying.
But
there's a stretch between fucking Manitoba and BC. I think it's just one line.
Oh yeah.
Fall asleep for a day and a half, you'll be fine.
I
God,
did once,
no,
actually.
it was windy. We were in mountains, so we were
I know
not weaving, but still kind of going around.
Going from Calgary down to Montana was a nightmare. It's the sketchiest road, and there's no sort of barrier on the one side, but it's a 400-foot cliff all the way down into Montana.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's terrifying, and no speed limits, really. They don't care. It's Montana. What are you going to hit, really?
That's just it.
God. Now, if you ever take a trip though in the Northwest, skip San Francisco. It is a little rated. It's cold. There's a lot of food. However, Portland, Oregon is where you want to stop and end up in, man.
You're fucking right. I've been there. That is awesome.
Oh my God, the food is so good. Especially This is a shout out to them. Salt and Straw, the best ice cream drink ever.
Really?
What was it called?
It's straw.
Salt and Straw? Yeah.
Trying to think.
I have a girlfriend. Had a girlfriend who worked in Portland. She actually lived in Vancouver, Washington, but she had worked in Portland, and I kept meaning to get there, and I never did. But that'll be on the trip. I was in where did I break down?
Yeah.
I broke down in Eugene, Oregon. I was on tour with a band, and we spent 4 days in Eugene. That was cool. It's beautiful there.
Yeah.
But it's
beautiful there.
It's very.
Did you? By the way, did you check out Voodoo Donut?
Of course, yeah.
Oh,
So
good man.
There's a lot of anecdotes that I can share on future episodes. But the reason why we did the trip was this is our wedding anniversary / honeymoon. We didn't go away anywhere. We just saved the money, and I told them, babe, I really want to experience. Would you want to take a road trip with me? Just see everything of the States and have experience. And she bought into it, and yeah, so that's what we did.
That's really sweet.
Like I said, an experience altogether. That's spent all our money. 8 maniacs along the way. It just some of the best restaurants in the country, and it was so good.
That's
so good.
Well, congratulations on that. That's awesome. What a great idea.
Yeah.
I never liked the honeymoon. I've only had one, but I don't think I'll have a second. It was just so stressful, and we just kind of had this itinerary. It really wasn't fun, and we couldn't really afford it. It just seemed obligatory, and I think the way you guys did it is probably so much better. You can wait till you're a little more settled and things can actually be romantic. We were so tired. It was not like a romantic trip by any means.
Yeah.
And Gord, did you obviously you honeymooned in Jamaica, Gord?
Yes, I got married in Jamaica.
Right. So I assume you just stayed there.
Yeah, right in Negril. Went to an amazing place called Couples Only, Swept Away. So it's adults only. It was just gorgeous. I got married on Valentine's Day. There were 14 weddings that day.
Wow.
We were the last ones. So we got the sunset wedding, which was fucking epic.
Yeah, we went to Australia to meet the wife's family because she happened to be from there. And we ended up, it was like a 5-month thing. But absolutely miserable time the whole time. It's a horrible place. I don't recommend it to anyone. I can see why so many Australians are here because I don't understand why anyone would want to stay there.
Yeah, exactly. I sure as fuck won't visit there.
No, it's a miserable place. And the people are terrible. But that's not neither here nor there. So food, I'm thinking San Francisco is probably just like the best seafood in the world, right?
Yeah, and yeah, so as you guys know, I do my restaurant, seafood restaurant. Yeah, I think that we have the best here in the East Coast. However, I think it was Hog and Pills. I think the restaurant name. It was inside the ferry boat pavilion in San Francisco. Hog and something. I'm gonna look it up in a little bit.
So are you?
But they had.
Totally re-inspired now? Do you have a bunch of ideas? Did you come home with a bunch of
new
ideas?
Dude, my God. I have notes on notes on notes. It's crazy. Why haven't I done this before? I don't know. But, man, now I understand why I do it all the time. I go out and just see shit and experience shit because it's so many ideas. A lot of flavors that I haven't thought of. And such a treat. But the Hog and whatever restaurant, best oysters I've ever. And I didn't have the oysters. My wife had it, but just looking at it, and I know the quality of it, it's far exceeds what you have here on the East Coast. Just it was all Pacific West oysters.
Yeah,
it was just so nice. Oh my God, I couldn't. Yeah.
See, I got used to that living in BC, which was amazing. All that fucking the fresh seafood and all that stuff was just awesome.
I hate seafood. You guys just made me hungry.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
It has that effect. You know, we mentioned restaurants. There's one place I have to mention. It's in Seattle. But if you're ever in Seattle, go to a place called Tulua's in Seattle. You go there for breakfast and brunch. Hands down, some of the best fucking food you're ever going to have in your life. It was rated one of the top 5 restaurants for brunch in the world.
Better than
Tulua's with an A?
Yeah, Tulua's. Tallullah.
Yeah, but have you ever been to Denny's? Come on.
I've been to Denny's, and I will fucking go to Denny's any day.
Yeah,
but Tulua's is just that much better. I went for breakfast. I've been there 3 times. Twice the first trip I went, and then once the second trip. And the first time I went, they had eggs with duck confit, and it was just oh my god! Because I mean the eggs and the home fries are cooked in the duck fat. So it was just, oh my god, it was just fucking orgasmic. It was so amazing.
Yeah, food.
That is divine sounding.
I think I might have mentioned this last time we were talking to each other, but I fully understand why people are obese in the U.S. Because the food is amazing and cheap and big. Especially fast food. It's just incredible. I don't have the refined palate that you guys do, so I don't often share in the finer things. I like just a filthy Montana taco stand. It's perfect for me. And
well, there's an amazing Mexican place that was right across the street from Tulua's that you would love too.
Is, yeah. Well, down the West Coast, the Mexican food is incredible. Like Mexicans come up here to eat our Mexican food.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just amazing, especially in California. And you could get like a burrito the size of a bear for $3.
But yeah, it's true. That is totally true.
I would be a giant fat man if I lived there. Like I'd be like a Oprah Winfrey special kind of fat, where she would come out of retirement to interview me. They'd have to take a wall out of my house to get me out in a forklift. One of those guys.
Oh, that's me every time I go anywhere to eat anyway. So.
Wow.
I got it saved. I'm actually looking it up right now, their menu. It sounds great. It looks interesting. Definitely going to save it, bookmark it.
Their breakfast drinks are fucking fantastic too. That's the thing. Like you go there at like 9 a.m. and they'll fucking serve you an alcoholic drink because it's not drinking when it's part of the breakfast experience. That's exactly what the waitress told me. It was the greatest thing ever.
That's a great way.
Oh no! In Portland also. Yeah, Portland also. Did you? And here's the crazy thing: we didn't get checked on our ID. You know, on most cases, they were like, "Hey, can we see your ID to make sure you're 20 some shit?"
Yeah.
We were in Portland. All they said was, "Are you guys 21?" Like, yeah, and we had our ID ready, and they're like, "Okay, what do you want to have?" And I was just like, "What the fuck is going on?"
I swear to God, the first time. Sorry. I was the first time I was ever in America. I went to Seattle when I was 18, and my friends tried to take me to a bar, and I walked up and I was like, "Fuck it." The doorman was drunk. I handed him my ID. He goes, "Wait a minute, this says you're 18." I go, "Yeah, look at it. I'm from Canada. It's metric." And he said, "Oh, yeah."
Wow, great.
Did he let you in?
He let us in. He said, "I gotta warn you, there's a 2-drink minimum." I said, "Really? I don't think you'll have a problem."
Sounds like a weak ass challenge.
Yeah, pretty much. Are you kidding? That's a funny. They don't do that up here. There's no minimum.
No. I get ID'd. I got ID'd in BC all the time. I'm fucking 45. I was getting ID'd all the time in BC.
Oh, I know. I couldn't buy cigarettes like a month ago.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you kidding? Do I look 19? Seriously? No, I don't.
Wow.
I don't because little fuckers offer me their seats on the bus.
You know, there's this club I went to over in Buffalo one night. It was my buddy. I was in a depression because the girl I was dating, I couldn't get together with her that weekend. For the record, it's my girlfriend now. Kind of funny.
So you went to Buffalo? Like,
there you go.
You want to meet Bon Jovi? Or?
No. But We went over there and said, there's this awesome nightclub. We got to go. I'm like, whatever. I don't fucking care. So we go down. You get into this club, and the first thing you do when you get in this club, you go into this pre-club. So it's like a little mini sports bar. You go in there, you get your pre-drink on, then you wait for the club to actually open up, then you go to the main club. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go grab the first run of drink. And then at the time, it was part of the bar. So Canadian money taken at equal dollar value to American money.
Yeah, they do that in Montana, too.
That was an awesome concept.
That's great.
So I walked up and I said, hey, can I grab a Ryan Coke? And he goes, what size? I'm like, what sizes do you get? He goes, small, medium, and large. I'm like, well, how big is a large? He pulls out a pitcher, and he sets it in front of me. He goes, that's a large. I'm like, how much is that? He goes, $10.
Fuck, I love America.
I will take one Long Island iced tea and 2 Ryan Cokes, please. $30, no problem. We had the best fucking night of our lives in that club, and we didn't pay for anything because partway through the night, we got up with my buddy that was with Chris. He found a booth, an empty booth. The only empty booth in the whole building. So he quickly jammed in the spot, and he's like, all of a sudden he looks over and goes, hey, man, this is for reserved for the dance radio station, Energy 108. And we're like, and I'm like, well, fuck, we should get out of here. He goes, well, fuck this. He goes, I know all the DJs' names. Let's see if we can score their seats. So the waitress comes over. She goes, hey, this is reserved. Chris like, yeah, I know. We're with 108. We're really late, stuck in traffic. And she goes, oh, cool. Do you know what you guys get, what everything entails? She goes, no, man, we missed the itinerary and everything. She goes, you guys get unlimited free drinks all night. So we're like, I pipe up. Like, I'm going to get 3 large Ryan Cokes. So I get 3 pitchers, 2 pitchers of Long Island iced tea. I don't even know what the fuck Chris got. Chris got something else. We loaded up, got every bit of fucking booze we could grab, and we just left the table.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, see, that's my problem whenever I go to the States. I don't have a clue. Like, I've seen pictures. They look like I'm having fun. But I can't tell you about a trip I've been on. That
was the first time I discovered that American cops don't fuck around. They'll pull their gun on anybody for any reason.
Oh, yeah, just to show it to you, basically.
Yeah, they really do.
I was sitting on one of those bridges between the Greta Hotel. And know that they got that little cover that kind of joins the 2 sides of a hotel, but it's just like a concrete cover. I was sitting on that having a drink, and the cop walks by me and goes, hey. He goes, do you want to take your drink and go back to your room? I'm like, nah, man, I'm fine. Just here watching people. He pulls his gun out, points at me, he goes, get the fuck back inside. I'm like, wow, I've never had a cop pull a gun on me before, especially for just requesting to move.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
amazing. I don't think the RCMP are allowed to pull their guns until they've been shot.
That's like the rule.
Yeah, so I think they have to be like bleeding or something before they're allowed to pull out their gun. I don't know why they even have them, to be honest.
They don't know what to do with it. That's for sure.
Well, that's why they tase everybody up here.
If you ever see a cop pull a gun, stare at his hand. Watch how much that hand is shaking because he does not know what to do with it.
He's not gonna shoot you. You wouldn't hit the side of a barn with that thing. But they are fucking Robin Hood with their tasers.
Yeah, they'll pull that shit out just for saying hello.
Well, they did. They all just got new ones. We're all scared shitless around here. You know they're itching to try them.
Instead of the 50,000 volts, I think they upped it to like 85,000 just to give you that extra jolt.
I checked their hip, and here they're all crazy. They're mad. They got to deal with assholes all day, so they're never in a good mood.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess you're a busy man. You probably don't have the interactions with the police that our regular Canadian shenanigans get us into around here. But
well, actually, I can attest to you. I get pulled over pretty much every month.
Yeah, well, you're right in the place for it, eh? I just aid you.
Yeah.
I don't really do.
It's like it's not like I'm dark or anything. I'm just a little more brown than usual, and I look weird. And it's like chinky eyes.
Chinky
so
eyes.
It's just like, yeah. If you think about it, a really hard Asian dude, like really.
That was the original Rick Astley song was Chinky Eyes, but he changed it to Hungry Eyes. He thought that would be more radio friendly.
Did you know that Chink was my very first nickname?
Really?
Chink.
Yep, because when I was in grade 5, somebody noticed that when I smile, my eyes go slanted.
That's
so I got the nickname of Chink.
You know you probably shouldn't have told me that, right, Chink? Because that's not going away for a while.
Yeah, I've never been ashamed of that nickname. I've earned every nickname I've had. Almost. There is one I didn't earn, but then I earned the sub-nickname that came with it. I got the nickname of Flapjacks once because there's a guy on a hockey team that ate pancakes whose name was Gord, and they called him Flapjacks. And sometimes, for some reason, they decided, hey, you're Gord. We're going to call you Flapjacks. So that went around for a while until I was drunk one night and I tried to do the Running Man, and it became known as the Flapper.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Hey, look,
So there's
again.
flubber going everywhere. It was there's just tits flopping, and yeah, it was gross, and I got quite the reputation for that one.
That's a great note to probably end it. Believe it or not, that's an hour and a half we've been chatting. I could keep going if you can, but
yeah, it is.
We didn't use the Zoom or anything to give me a warning to tell us the time was up, but you guys,
this has been fun. I love talking to you guys. Like, we're just hanging out. That's what we're doing.
I've been looking forward to this.
That's it.
Ever since I talked to you, I was like, shit, we got to have him on. I got to hear this bear story. Because we actually end up talking about bears an odd amount on this show. Just because they are a constant problem in my neighborhood. Bears and junkies, that's all we have up here.
Bears and junkies, yeah, that's pretty much it.
I prefer the bears, but...
I prefer the bears too, but, you know...
So what's...
I don't want to see them.
What's New Jersey wildlife? What can I expect when I'm there for, like, nature?
If you're just in a park or something, like if you're trying for shit?
Yeah, what kind of... I don't know much about the East Coast. I've never been out east, really. Not for any length of time.
So Jersey, like, it depends. We're mostly looking at pigeons and squirrels.
Yeah, same as here. So that's not exciting at all.
Yeah. Like pigeons and squirrels. Maybe occasional deer, maybe, if we get lucky. Never a bear.
What about the mafia? Can I at least see the mafia, maybe, running around or something cool?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I saw a raccoon Tuesday, so there you go. A raccoon.
Exciting. Yeah. I don't like raccoons. I think I'm the only one on the planet who... I don't think they're cute. I think they're actually really hideous.
I love raccoons.
Yeah, no, I don't like them. I think they're assholes. They always have that shitty look on their face, like just like you're in their way. It's like, fuck you, raccoon. Seriously.
Well, technically speaking, we are in their way because they were here before us. Well maybe not.
Speaking, it's been 200 years. Fucking get over it. Really. You and all your little raccoon friends can just fucking deal with it. We made a cartoon about them. No appreciation.
That's true.
No, we did. Yeah.
Did you get the raccoons in America? Was that a cartoon you guys got?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
You've actually seen that one? That's amazing.
Yeah. We even have a couple of them. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I thought that was a Canadian thing. That's awesome.
There's a whole bunch that's crossing over too, so it's not as segregated as you think.
It seems.
It's funny thing too. I found ketchup chips in Portland.
In Portland?
Oh no way!
Yeah. I was like, oh wow, I should texted you both a picture of it because you would have.
I didn't know they had them in Portland. That's half the reason I broke up with that chick. Oh man, now I'm an asshole.
That's spectacular.
Actually, believe it or not, Gord, we still haven't had that conversation. So technically, we never really broke up. We just stopped talking to each other.
Yeah, it's only been a year and a half.
We could really. Maybe she thinks we're still together. I should probably give her a call.
You should see if you can sue her for alimony.
Well, yeah, we never lived together though.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
We never even lived in the same country. I think there's probably rules against that. This is how smart I am. I met a girl. She said she lived in Vancouver. It took an entire weekend before I figured out she was talking about a completely different Vancouver than the one I live in.
Oh.
She's in Vancouver, Washington.
She's in Vancouver, Washington. I'm in Vancouver, BC. Vancouver, Washington is right across the bridge from Portland. It's like Portland's backyard. I had no idea they were so close. What the fuck's the purpose of putting two Vancouvers that close to each other? It's just to fuck with idiots like me.
Hey, Casey, you know what you missed while you were in Portland, I bet? The Kai warehouse, where they make shun knives.
No, we passed it. Absolutely know where it was.
Yeah, that's it. It's literally just outside of Portland. It's like, I think if you're in like downtown core, it's like a fucking half an hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
So
we spent quite a bit of time going around, not just in town, like we were going on the outskirts too, but I checked out the Shun factory, but we didn't have any tours or anything happening that day. But I was like, where?
Like, I heard you guys' interview together, and obviously you know your shit, but are you a knife guy, or is it just a tool? Like I'm a bricklayer by trade. I don't go out on my way on vacation to check out exotic trowels. Is it just a tool?
I am a knife guy.
You're a knife guy.
No, so here's what I like to say about the knife, right? There is a certain knife for a job. There is one knife that rules them all. And that's the one that I like to get eventually. I think I have it now. You'll never know until you actually get it again. So it might happen again, and now you get rid of this knife. But for me, a 10-inch chef knife, single tang one side, Lord knows what that is, and a full balanced blade, meaning if you just pick it up with two fingers right on the hilt, it shouldn't go left or right. It should just stay there, and it needs to be heavy on my hand, because if it's a little light, I will cut right through my other hand because there's no weight to it. So it needs to actually be just almost as heavy as a cleaver. So that's like my perfect
a really
knife.
heavy knife. Oh shit.
Yeah. Because I use it for everything. I use it for fillet, for boning fish, for separating, cow,
and going
from
forward
chopping
for stabbing bears.
and bears, exactly.
If you're gonna fuck with a bear with a knife, make sure it's Japanese. You want to make sure you get a nice, fast, clean cut. You don't want to get partway through and have it get stuck.
I think if anyone was gonna try it, it would be a Japanese guy for sure.
Oh, they fillet a bear to pieces.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
I would totally do it.
I know nothing about knives.
But yes, I am a guy. But yeah,
I don't know.
That was more like nerdy talk between two knife dudes, but it was okay. It was great.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
It's interesting to me because I don't know anything about it. Things that hurt me, I tend to shy away from, except for women.
Got it.
But knives, I had two very serious incidents when I was young, and that was enough for me. I thought, no, I'm not going to do that anymore.
See, I'm attracted to danger. I just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Ooh, that'll hurt me? Yeah. I'll take 5.
That's why you eat at Taco
Bell. They were probably, that's why you get hurt.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, that's my next plan. I don't know how it's going to work out, but I'm planning a Christmas trip. I'm hoping for Christmas I could be out that way. And then I'm going to grab Gord. We're going to rent a car, go hunting some bears ourselves. And hopefully make it out in your direction. That's my dream.
I'm gonna wear a meat and berry suit, and I'm gonna see if I can catch me a bear. I'm gonna wrestle that fucking prick.
You've got Kill Bear Ontario, right? That's a thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've got Barrie and Kill Bear. You guys, we got to hit these towns up, and we got a lot of fans in Barrie, and I'm sure they love that story.
I'm sure they've never heard it before.
God, if you ever see something just rumble across that's huge and has black fur, just know that it's a Sasquatch, and you're gonna plow right into it. So
that's Eric's big day. If Eric can find a Sasquatch, his life will be complete.
No, you know what the fucked up thing is? I'm gonna be the one guy who does. You know it.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what's going to be genius, because you'll never get a picture of the fucking thing. You'll just sit there and talk to it for like an hour.
And nobody will even be surprised. Be like, what happened to you? I got fucked up by Bigfoot. People will be like, yeah, that sounds like you.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. Wouldn't even hit the news. The news reporter would meet you and be like, "Yeah, that just seems about right.
Yeah.
That's cool. We'll move on."
It's a heck of a life, but I am looking forward to getting out east and spending some time with you guys. And there's really nothing holding me back except money. So,
Let's save up a little bit. Yeah, eventually we definitely should hang on and just have a beer and drink some food. Because
that would be
I think
fantastic.
that conversation would even be so stellar.
You guys can teach me food, and I will teach you what it's like to not be married while I'm there.
Because I've been basically married since my very first girlfriend, so
Yeah.
I just go from one solid relationship to another.
And once you guys hit a bear together, that's for life. That's a bond that you
I know.
Oh,
you have
absolutely.
forever.
This is it. This is my partner. I'm telling you right now, this is my ride and die. I swear to God.
Exactly.
So we be together.
And
Yeah.
and I unfortunately am stuck in this shallow life of doing whatever I want all the time.
And that's but you're around there. See, you're around so we can live vicariously through you, and then you can, hear the stories from us and be like, "That's why I'm doing what I'm doing."
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's well, I tried the married thing. It didn't work. And I just it's a lot harder to marry.
I have a question.
Yeah, please.
So real quick, this is for Eric. Where is Calgary? Is you nearby Calgary?
No, Calgary's it's if you drive straight through, it's about 24 hours from where I am.
Oh fuck!
You gotta
I
remember,
only ask that because
Yeah,
it's 24 hours to get through any province in this country anyway, so.
Yeah, Calgary's that's the heart of Alberta. It's I'm right above Washington, and Calgary is right above Montana.
Oh, got you. I only ask that because my favorite bracelet. I've had this for about 10 years. Snapped.
Really?
When I put my arm across my wife,
Oh, this
and
just gets
some of
more
the
tragic.
seats fell out, and I tried to, kind of get back. I bought a couple beads, and they're shipping Calgary, Canada, and I figured that out.
The shipping from Calgary, is it from Beatles? There's a massive
I
bead
don't
store
know.
there called Beatles. It's a stupid pun, but I went to university there, so I'm very familiar with Calgary. It's a great place.
Oh.
It's they got a bar there called Cowboys. They'll pay for half your breast implants if you work there. Well, just the women,
Amazing.
just the women, but
Oh,
they'll
for
cover half
guys,
the cost if you want
man.
to get implants. It's
No.
amazing. It's that's Calgary in a nutshell. It's Cowboys and big tits. That's all it is. And coke.
Boys and
Insane
tits.
amounts of blow.
Sounds like Nashville, Tennessee.
It's it's very much like Nashville. But there's no good music comes out of Calgary. Oddly enough, everyone parties too much to make good music there. It's
No.
when I was in university, I actually said the sun never set in Calgary because it was always light out when I went to the bar and it was light out when I got out. So I just assumed the sun never set there. But
The sun sets that far in? Well, you're so far north. That's right.
yeah, it actually Calgary.
So-
There's no mountains, so yeah, it's light out till like midnight. And
yeah.
Loverboy was from Calgary.
yeah, exactly. No good music comes from Calgary.
And the only one I can think of that I know of is Keegan and Sarah. They came from
Good
Calgary.
God.
Oh, my God. Keegan and Sarah.
Thank you for making my
Yeah.
point, Gord.
I do my best. There's also a band called The Dudes. I've never heard of them before.
I thought that was Tegan and
Are
Sarah.
you looking this up right now? You're lying.
Yes. Yeah. No, I'm actually looking this up right now.
That's
There's even a band called the Heebie Jeebies.
I thought that was Tegan and Sarah.
No, they give you the Heebie Jeebies.
Oh,
The difference.
okay. It's horrible.
There
What
you
else
go.
about Calgary that I could tell you? I don't know. It was an exciting
Heard.
place. Chinooks. Calgary's the only place in the world that has Chinooks. Those are fucked up. You'll wake up. It'd be minus 30 in the winter, give or take. Like usually low. I don't know what that is in America.
It doesn't matter.
Minus 30 Celsius.
Yeah, be about minus 30 Celsius. So you're looking at that's about
What?
0 for you.
2 degrees?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's pretty average. But one day it'll just be, it'd be like 80 degrees for no reason. And all the snow melts.
Really?
It's fantastic, and it's this warm wind that comes from the south, and it's called the Chinook wind, and they only get them in Calgary. It's a disaster for most people. Like if you don't know them, because like me, you go, oh yay, it's summer in the middle of December, and you run out in shorts and a t-shirt, and then it changes while you're downtown, and it goes right back.
That's
to
horrible. Wow. Yeah, negative 30 translates to just about like 20 degrees Fahrenheit.
20. Okay,
20.
that makes sense. Yeah.
It's not too crazy, but yeah.
I can never
I've
do that
had
math.
I've experienced the negative 40s. I was upstate New York, and this normal snow was like 4 or 5 feet. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
What kind of shit is this?
Where my brother lives
Yeah.
actually hit. Where my brother lives is so extreme. He's just outside of Winnipeg. Last year it hit minus 50 in the winter and plus 50 in the summer.
Wow.
Oh my god.
So that's about
Get
what's
out.
50? 50s would be about 120-ish, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just way too much. Way too much.
He knows there's other like places to live.
Yeah, he got a 6-bedroom, 3-story house for $200,000.
Oh, I lied to you. And fuck it.
That's why. And the wages are comparable to anywhere else in North America. He makes very good money. He's a nurse. He's making 30 plus an hour, but the cost of living is ridiculously low because no one wants to live there.
Yeah.
And
I get it.
He's rich, and he doesn't make more than I do, and I'm poor, very very poor.
Let me ask you something. Is he a serial killer?
He's not a serial killer, no. He'd be a great one. He'd be fantastic at it. I think my whole family could be good at that. Oddly enough, I'm writing a novel about one at the moment.
Are you?
I am
Wow.
indeed. My first attempt at a novel.
I know you're doing like a lot of things right now.
Oh, I've always got my. I'm always trying something. Something's got to catch. One of these days. But my first novel. I got a publisher out of Indiana who likes me, and they're going to try to put it out by Christmas for me. So
hell yeah.
We'll see what happens. But it's all about a very famous serial killer here in Vancouver who was just went to jail in 2012 actually.
Oh wow.
49 women he claims to have killed. He only got convicted. He got charged with 26.
Oh my god.
And he was feeding them to his pigs, as you said at the beginning of the show.
That's right.
Pig farmer.
Oh man. Yeah, they can't be found. Those are gone.
Is it weird that I really want to try one of that pig meat now? Is that a weird thing? I don't know.
No, that's not weird.
Think it'd have a special taste to it.
I'm not.
Tastes kind of like city. I don't know why. It's weird.
Well, that doesn't surprise me at all because you're his identical twin. So
it's true.
I'll say, Gord is this man's identical twin. It's like scary.
It's freaky.
Oh, wow.
Eric sent me the picture, and I fucking kind of freaked out a little bit.
I'll try to.
Like, Gord, I found your picture over here.
Oh, it's on.
Hey, look at that. He's wanted for the rape and torture and murder of a whole bunch of people.
26
That's
women.
awesome.
Yeah, it's on Instagram. If you look it up, everybody who happens to listen, I'll put this part in the episode. You can go on Instagram and see Gordon, his identical twin serial killer psycho brother.
Oh my god.
It's not really.
All right, just as a random stupid fact, just so you guys know, the coldest temperature ever recorded in Canada was minus 63 degrees Celsius.
I knew that too.
Oh my
God.
God.
Which is minus 81.4 Fahrenheit. It was in the Yukon, and it was so. This is a fact that it's not written in here, but I remember reading this because there's a picture of it. It was so cold that the smoke coming out of the people's chimneys actually didn't float away. The air was so heavy and thick that the smoke actually climbed down and crawled across the ground.
Oh, that must be so creepy.
Yeah, it's a fucking wild picture.
The fact that there's
if you could ever
people there
find
with
it.
chimneys. Why does anyone live there?
I'd live there.
I don't do cold. Cold is not for me.
Oh.
That's why I live where I live. We don't know cold.
I live for the cold. That's why I love the winter.
Mm-hmm. Like I like East Coast, like where I'm at right now. Like beautiful. You kind of get all the best of both worlds.
You guys get autumn. We don't really get autumn here.
No, it's one extreme on you guys. I know.
Yeah, we just get rain. Like,
Ontario gets the best autumns.
Yeah, anywhere out east does. Vancouver, it's just you get summer and winter. That's it. There's no, we don't have spring and autumn.
In between.
Yeah.
And our spring, it rains. Like last year, it rained for 63 days in a row. That's not healthy. That's not that. That's why you have serial killers, because it rains 63 days in a fucking row. You just sit there wanting to kill. You're always wet.
It's funny though.
I guarantee you.
And it's not even like heavy rain. It's that fucking misting, constant rain that even if you have an umbrella, the only thing that doesn't get wet is your head. The rest still gets fucking wet.
I guarantee you ask any one of those guys who's still like alive or he's on death row right now or anything, if he had an umbrella, things would have been different.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. It's the only reason I carried an umbrella when I lived in BC, because I knew if I didn't by fucking week 3, I'll be murdering everybody.
I'm going to...
yeah.
And once again, Gord is just making a joke.
Come on, guys.
And
oh my God.
I can't murder everybody.
The views in this show are not necessarily expressed. The views expressed in this show are not shared by the Champion Tree Entertainment Company or any of its employees. Gord
or anybody else in general.
No, pretty much. There's my little disclaimer.
Hey, does anybody want to guess, by the way, the coldest temperature ever recorded on Earth?
100. Negative 100.
Negative 100.
Celsius or Fahrenheit?
They cross over at that point, though, don't they? That's when.
Yeah, I'll go Fahrenheit.
Coldest temperature ever recorded on Earth at ground level. Minus 89.2 Celsius, which is minus 128.6 Fahrenheit.
That is fucked up.
It was on July 21st, July 21st, 1983, at the Soviet Voskov station in the Antarctica.
Yeah, that's why Russians are. That's why you see those videos like Even Death is Scared of Russians. That's why they lived through that.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Yeah,
well, yeah, Russians are fucking crazy.
In the best possible way.
Well, of course.
They're not like crazy like I don't know, like Mexican cartel crazy.
No, that's crazy.
Sorry. Yeah. I don't want to get into crazy races and who are the craziest. But Russia's up there.
You got that right.
That would be a very fun racist game to play, but I don't know if I'm well, I guess if we're trying to be like Trudeau, we can just say, yeah, well, we thought that was cool to be racist again.
It was funny at the time. It wasn't racist.
You know what? I don't care. I want to get back on that just real quick before we let everybody go. I don't give a shit. It was 20 years ago. He was 20 years old. You got to keep in mind, Trudeau's my age. He's not like an old dude. He went to a party and he made a bad joke. We've all done that at a college party. We all did something we regret. Why does this...
Yeah, he was a kid.
He was a kid. This isn't going to influence how he runs the country. Let's be honest. I hate this part where we go back and we've got teams of people just devoted to finding anything we can to make the other guy look bad. And all of us sit here and, all the information is just go straight for the landfill and we just circle like fucking seagulls. Like, oh, we can't wait to eat that shit up. Oh my God! He made himself look East Indian once when he was 20 and nobody fucking mattered. Who cares? You know how much stupid shit I did when I was in my 20s? And I could run the country better than any of them. But if you look at what I've done in my past, I don't stand a hope in hell. And, I actually considered that when I ran for mayor last year. Like, if they look up my past, I'm fucked. But I embraced it and ran with that as my story, and it didn't help me at all. But maybe in 2021 it will.
Oh, fingers crossed.
And
fully
that's
support your endeavors, Morgan.
well, I could use all the support I can get. I would have had I finished the race, I could have finished in 5th for mayor of the city of Vancouver. I dropped out because of health reasons, but I couldn't make it to the debates because I had the fucking flesh-eating virus.
Ooh.
It's a virus that eats your flesh. That's not right. That shouldn't exist. I guarantee it was like one of my opponents got to me somehow. I haven't figured out that yet, but
Maybe gave you back.
it could be.
Eric's the only guy I know that's actually beat the disease. So
I did. You know what's funny? I was just thinking about that because I like to look back at happy times in my life. I defeated it on my own finally. But I think that was really because I had so much antibiotics in my system by that point. I'm probably still pretty much immune to everything.
yeah, you're like Burns when he went to the doctors.
Yeah. Well, I was.
Sir, you have every disease plus more. You have so many diseases that we're just discovering new things. So I'm invincible. Oh no, quite the opposite. If one thing moves, you teeter off. You're going to die of everything. I'm invincible.
Well, that's
you.
how I look at it too. I mean, I guess. Well, this is another episode altogether now. But I beat cancer. I beat MRSA. I'm. Those are only the two major ones. But I say, bring it on. Give me Ebola. Let's see what I can do with that shit.
Yeah, I would actually like to try Ebola.
My immune system is probably something they're going to want to study. You know how they like take the brains of NFLers and stuff? They're going to want to take my immune system and see what's going on with that. Because the things that have happened to me in my life and the fact that I'm walking and breathing and talking to you right now, that doesn't add up. Like, medically, it doesn't make sense.
Maybe you have genes.
I don't even wear jeans.
Half the time, Eric doesn't even wear pants.
Not if I can help it. We'll have to exchange some photos one day. I ran out in front of a car. I was about the Bears' age. But I made a fun picture of me. All right, I'm just babbling like an idiot now. I'm going to stop this recording. You guys sound like you're getting tired. I always forget that it's not 9:30 for you.
Yeah, no, it's 12:30.
It's a little different. Yeah, it's 12:30.
So, do you want to say something, Gord? Do you want to say goodnight to everybody? I'll just say thanks for listening in. Casey, thanks for being part of the show again. It's always great to have you.
Oh, thank you so much.
You know, it's an open
I
invitation.
appreciate being, as I said before, this is just three dudes having a good time. I'm sharing my story about it, and hopefully your listeners can get a kick out of our experience.
We love having you on, man. It's always an absolute pleasure.
And Gord and I will be back in roughly 23 hours to do this again. Until then, take care of each other.
Ha! Growl.
That was so good.
believe, standing by your side, with my heart on high drive.